Now that there's some light, we'll see the cockroaches scurrying around and retiring and hopefully getting in trouble.
The former warden at FCI Dublin Women's Prison has been found guilty in the sex abuse trial against him. KTVU's Christina Rendon has been following this trial since the beginning. She's live tonight there in the newsroom after talking with the jury foreman. Christina.
Well, Mike, the foreman tells me that two jurors still had some questions about one of the counts of sexual abuse, but this morning the entire jury finally came to a unanimous agreement. It was a day and a half of deliberations. The verdict read at noon, guilty on all 8 counts. Former FCI Dublin warden Ray Garcia let out a sigh when he heard the first verdict. A jury found him guilty on 3 counts of sexual abuse of a woman jailed at FCI Dublin, guilty on 4 counts of abusive sexual contact, and guilty of lying to the FBI. Garcia is the highest-ranking prison official ever to be convicted of sex crimes.
This was very, very difficult for all of us. I mean, a lot of us couldn't sleep.
Jury foreman Simon Meyer tells me Garcia came off as arrogant. They believe the stories of at least 3 women who were jailed at FCI Dublin between 2019 and 2021.
There was just so many inconsistencies in his story, and the plausibility of some of the excuses for certain things that happened was just not believable.
The jury didn't buy Garcia's story that he took pictures of a woman naked on all 4s by accident because he was trying to document drugs in her cell, or that he took a second picture of her because she was violating the rules. Garcia says he never filed an incident report because he was going to make the woman a confidential informant, but that never happened. The jury was convinced Garcia intentionally abused women in places where he knew there were no cameras.
They saw the cockiness that we know.
Former Dublin guard and whistleblower Tess Korth says she hopes the verdict comes as a relief to the more than 20 Bureau of Prisons employees that she believes were transferred in an attempt to cover up the abuse. She says Garcia isn't the only one.
Now that there's some light, we'll see the cockroaches scurrying around and retiring and hopefully getting in trouble. He affected a lot of lives, not just the inmates that he abused, but a lot of the people that work there and the ones that still work there.
An attorney representing 2 of the victims says he's grateful the jury saw through Garcia's lies because the women experienced so much trauma and then ridiculed for speaking out.
This whole case was about abuse of power at the highest levels of the Bureau of Prisons in this particular institution, but it also is much deeper than that. The system failed these women, and for them to come forward.
Hopefully we'll send a message to other people in power to not do what he did.
Garcia was immediately referred to the probation department, and we are told that he can remain out of custody at his home in Merced until his sentencing in March. Mike?
Guilty on all 8 counts. Do we know how much time he could be sentenced to in prison here?
Well, that's really up to the court to decide.
Okay.
We do know that some of the counts carry a maximum penalty of 15 years. I believe the lowest penalty can carry maybe up to 2 years or 1 year. So we're just going to have to see what the judge decides in March.
All right. Christina Rendon live tonight in the newsroom. Christina, thank you.